Hey y'all, welcome. This is Garrett Marker, uh, Garrett's Fords, if that's what you want to go by. So, you want to call me that because all my videos are going to be Ford related or just crazy vlogs that are going to be helpful, repair tips on different types of Ford vehicles. I'll even get off Ford side and kind of go into Dodge and Chrysler. I know, but I own a Chrysler Town and Country as well, so I'll put some how-tos in there. But the first thing I want to talk about, why I made this whole video, is on my 1990 F350 7.3 IDI 2-wheel drive with an E40D crew cab. The cab matters, but put note in there because I got the truck really cheap. But besides the point, if you have no crank, yeah, my bad, I misspoke. If you have crank but no start, there we go. Crank but no start, and no sight of an injection. This is the video to watch, and on top of some stuff too on what I've done to my 7.3. I've replaced the mechanical pump, which I'm going to have in part 2. I'll have some pictures, a video of it, of the damage of that mechanical pump and why I went electrical. And I may just tell you a hint why I went electrical. Probably may fill it all. But I'll show you the rest of the video of how I went from mechanical to electrical pump and how I have my temporary setup set up now and why I have it set up that way. So to move on to the electrical pump, it was a fairly simple job. I'll have the part number and all that in the next video, so stay tuned to that. Yeah, it's a big lifesaver when you have an electrical pump on that diesel, because 7.3 IDIs, if you, of course, you own one, you're going to know that because you're watching this video based on what happened. Well, you have crank, no start. And a lot of times, crank, no start is air intrusion. Well, air intrusion is terrible. And that's why I want electrical pump. When you have electrical pump, you got full force. Not full force, but the right gallon per minute or per hour, however you want to put it, and the right PSI, pressure, square inch, going through your system with electrical pump, your air intrusions are going to be very, very minimal. Even what I did, I replaced the caps, I replaced every return line, I redid the return line, I put a T in the back, which I'll show in the second video. I put a brass fitting on the return on the injector pump. I put a brass fitting on the filter housing, so I could run the electrical pump. So, like I said, when you have that electrical pump, it's pushing fuel through there constantly, and it's going right through that return line, pushing all the air out, and that's a lifesaver. So, if you go that route, that would save you so much hassle of diagnosing problems. But I got the electrical pump, and I know my crank. I have crank, but no start. I know what it is, and all it is I have a video that I'll be showing down the road here, and I have a video on the truck running again, because that old mechanical pump was it was beat up pretty bad, and they had a electrical pump in there, but it was a bad electrical pump, not wired. So I think they were trying to use it as an assistant pump. That's what I'm getting at. But there was no way to use it, because if that assistant pump or electrical pump worked they had on there, it would have been blowing fuel right out of the line, because all the lines are dry rotted so bad. So I got that all replaced. My air intrusion's done. So just basing up on what I did to my 7.3 IDI, and the video coming up like I think I already said that, but this is a non-script video, so I may repeat myself a few times. I'm going to have a video of the truck running again. And the first time me hearing it, really. Running and not dying. So, I edited this video so you just hear it running. I have a full video of me all excited because I was ecstatic when I got the truck running and it was not dying. So, you're going to take a watch of that video and we'll go on from there. Now that video, I shortened it so you didn't hear me all excited. So it sounded great. After a while, I had it running. It warmed up. I started having a tapping sound. I did research after that. The tapping sound was actually I had a after I diagnosed it, it was a faulty injector, which the injector is now working a lot better, but the injector still needs to get replaced. I think I'm just going to do one big job and swap them all. Someone told me that's the best way to do it. So here comes the next video of my disappointment and what I found. And it's a typical thing. Once this one part goes out, the model I have up to I think 94 had this issue. When this part goes, your truck's done, but it's not totally done. It's only like a $30 part you can get on eBay. You can't go to a local parts store and pick it up. And I think I put some notes in that in the video. I would just have you guys watch that video and go from there. Well, everyone, she's dead for right now. And all it was one stinking part that burned out. And I got it out in the light now. I got the part off, but speaking I got it out in the light, I can see what burned up on it. I got a new one coming. It's a part you just can't get at the parts store. You gotta buy it on eBay or buy it from some diesel shop. If you buy it from some diesel shop, you're spending ×2 the price. Just this little guy died. That's what keeps the when that solenoid is tripped, it pulls a lever inside the injector pump to push fuel through the injectors. Well, if this malfunctions or burns up, burns out, it stays like that in the off position, which you're getting no fuel to any of the cylinders. So once I get the replacement one in, I get it installed, it'll fire back up. I got all the other issues fixed on her. I got the transmission issue fixed. I found out the transmission was rebuilt, but whoever put the gasket on didn't do it right. So that's a little questionable. I got the transmission gasket fixed though. I got changed the oil. I got some new batteries, new starter, alternator, new alternator belt. She's pretty well ready to go. She got decent tires when I bought her. I think the next adventure I'm gonna do on her is probably change the rear end def fluid. So, but right now I just want to get it started again. I'm gonna test this, see what's going on with her. She's a good old truck. She runs when you got one key fucking element that makes the engine function. And it had to fucking die on me last night while I was right when I got the transmission fixed and working. There's always something else that's gonna go out, and this went out. this was the next thing that went out. But I think long-term future, the next big thing I'm gonna buy for it's an injector pump. And they're not cheap. They're about $300 at, oh, I call it junkyard. They're $300 at a junkyard. So I'm just gonna get a remanned one from an auto parts store. It's the same price. So that'd be future talk. Hopefully I have another video of the damn thing running. Like I said, I will have a follow-up video of replacing that part, another vlog of me replacing that part, and the truck running, and a couple other things I'm gonna do I did not mention in there. I'm gonna show you guys the wires on the day I replaced that solenoid, and where the solenoid sits. It sits right on top of the ejector pump. It's that big pump that has a whole bunch of lines going out to each individual injector, to each little cylinder. Well, right on top of that is where you get two wires. You get three wires. So you got a they call it throttle. Yeah, put that in a comment. Someone put that in the comments. I forgot what that thing's called. It's throttle something. But you got that solenoid that's right at the throttle, and then you got two other solenoids, one for the fuel return and one for the shut off. And both those valves are wired in line to each other. So, but the problem, the wires going to those solenoids are kind of melted down. So I'm going to replace those, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to replace those on the same day I replace the solenoid. And I've seen a couple other videos on YouTube of people replacing the solenoid. They just buy cheap eBay solenoid, which I'm going to do, and I'll have the part number and all that. Everything I did, I'll have on the second vlog. I'll have everything. I'll have what parts I used, what size hose I used. I'll be very descriptive as I can. I'll actually write down a little script before I make a video. This was all a script-free video. So, like I said, it's been a while since I made YouTube videos, so I'm getting back into it. Trying to get back into the pattern of making videos. So, just bear with me for a few, probably four videos probably. So, the next one should be a lot better. I'll have a brief script written down so everybody knows what parts, and so you all know what I used. Like I said, the part number for the pump I got at AutoZone. Very cheap pump. It was like $26, $27, just rounded up, say $30 pump. Then the hose was cheap at O'Reilly's. So I'll have a part 2 vlog on the 1990 F350 7.3 diesel, the E40D. I'm here to help you guys on what I'm finding out. I'm learning as I go. I'm no diesel mechanic. I'm just a handy guy just trying to figure shit out. That I'm taking the knowledge I know and stepping forward with the knowledge that I know. So just stay tuned for the other video. I should have it up next week. It's when the part should be here. So the day I get the part, the day I will be making the video, and the video will be put online. Be put online that night. So y'all just keep note. Hit that bell. Subscribe. Do what you need to do so you're notified right away when I come up with that new video. If you want to keep track, if you have a 7.3 and you're having issues, this is the best way to fix it. And if you have this, I forgot to say earlier, if you have no crank, you have crank, but you have no start, this will be your issue. So please watch the next video that come out next week, because it will help you a lot. I'm sorry I'm rattling on. This is a script, like I said, a script-free video, so I'm just going based off what's rattling from my head, so don't bash me too much in the comments, please. But see if I'm forgetting anything. I don't think I am. Just like I said, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when I put the new video on. It'll probably be about Wednesday. I'll get my calendar with me. I don't even got my phone with me. It's on the charger. It'd be a Wednesday. It'd be next week. Let's just say next week sometime I'll have a video up. So stay tuned. Thank you.